up and dance, taking every chance. Leave it on the diamond, we keep throwing heat. See the pin, too unique. Night and day, we chase the dream. We say home run, Julio. Yeah, we all on our feet. We all on our feet. Send it at a glance, hard work advance. We gon' make them feel all the heat, all the heat.
Alrighty, welcome to a new episode of Teal Sleeves Podcast. Welcome to the second episode of this show. I'm your host, Mike, and I got Joe here. What's going on, brother?
Not much. Just crazy to think the Mariners have a baseball game in 5 days, which I'm pretty excited about, even though it's spring training.
The Mariners do have a baseball game in 5 days, and who the hell cares if it is who the hell cares if it's a spring training game? It is a baseball game nonetheless. We came into this podcast, we do have an agenda to talk about, and one thing that is on the agenda is Joe got to attend the first Mariners Fan Fest in almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. And that had to be fun.
But yeah, it was for sure. Or one thing with the team being good, felt like there were a ton of long lines to get into everything, so you had to have your patience. But it was nice kind of waiting lines. You could like watch the dugout dialogue, and then one fun part when we were waiting in line to go into the clubhouse, got to see some of the players walk through the tunnel. We got to high five them, which was pretty fun.
Oh, I'm willing to bet you that had to be fun. I mean, I loved going to Fan Fest when I was younger. Definitely loved always just that vibe that you get where you are you're basically almost part of the team to where you're actually welcoming them. And to have, guys like Julio, guys like Cal Raleigh, guys like Josh Naylor be able to attend this as well. And, there were also fans that were able to get fan opportunity or photo ops with these players. And that's something that had to speak to a lot of these fans. And unfortunately, one of those players that were there at Fan Fest is gone. Durangelo St. John. Durangelo St. John is gone, and the Mariners ended up welcoming Brendan Donovan in a trade. What a big acquisition this was. This was the acquisition that we talked about, whether it was Nico Horner or it was Brendan Donovan. It didn't matter. I wanted either one of them, and I don't know. I think we might have gotten not the better one, but the best option, because we also have a guy who is an all-around utility player, but can start every single day and hit for average. And another thing about this is the Mariners found their leadoff hitter.
I feel like this something Mariners have needed, like their biggest need in the offseason, because I feel like Rosarina is more like a 5 hitter, not really a leadoff hitter, and then Julio is probably admitting he doesn't like leading off, especially at home. And then like with Donovan, that, and then he also fits like the positions. His versatile helps a lot. Like I've been seeing online, he's been taking reps at third, but also like mostly played second with the Cardinals. Could also play outfield, so they could allow the Mariners between everyone else who plays those positions to play whoever is hot, which helps the team so much.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy who is a very versatile type of guy. I'm looking at the positions that he has played so far, and I'm looking at what he did in 2005. He played second base, left field, shortstop, DH. It said he played the outfield 18 times. I don't know what that even means. Like, you're talking about center field, or are you talking about right field? Doesn't really matter to me. Doesn't really matter to me, because honestly, this means that the Mariners do have a guy like, I mean, he can play every position except for catcher and pitcher and first baseman, which is so beneficial. The Mariners do have their backup first baseman, in my opinion, in Rob Refsnyder, and I doubt Dan Wilson's gonna go up to Josh Naylor on one particular day and be like, hey, you're going to be taking the day off, and Josh Naylor's not going to take that one very well. But either way, Brendan Donovan, I mean, let's just go down this guy's, 4 seasons in the big leagues. Finished third.
Consistency.
The dude is consistent as hell. Finishes third in the Rookie of the Year in 2022. Finishes with a 4 WAR, an even 4 WAR. Walk to strikeout ratio was amazing at 60-70. 281 batting average. The OPS is something that I think a lot of people were concerned about, especially when it came to Nico Horner. But if you look at Brendan Donovan, he is consistent with that OPS. 773. Hold on a second. 787, 759, and 775. The WAR is a little inconsistent, but I mean, honestly, if I'm looking at everything, I'm looking at this guy as just a predominantly leadoff hitter, and I'm loving every little bit of what I am seeing here because the Mariners sought out to get a guy with a low strikeout rate. And Brendan Donovan fits that role to a T. And honestly, like for what we had to give up to Brendan Donovan, let's go ahead and go back to Brendan Donovan and the trade that uh, how it went down. I mean, this was actually very interesting because I think it's kind of funny because if you look at some people uh, on the like in group chats or on Reddit or maybe even on Facebook. You look at this and people say, "Oh, we gave up too much." Uh, no, we did not give up a lot. We didn't give up a whole lot. Durangelo St. John, I understand why people were upset was because they traded this guy 2 days after the Fan Fest ended, which he was starting to get to know the fans himself, which yeah, I understand the frustration that you're coming in with, but you need to understand something. You need to give up players in order to gain players. Uh, Ty Pete was also part of that deal. Look, I wish Ty Pete nothing but the best. I thought Ty Pete was a really good, uh, draft pick coming in, but the high strikeout rate that kind of definitely worries me. That is a one thing about Ty Pete's game that worried me, and I honestly think that he's going to do very good things out in St. Louis. Also, Colton Ledbetter was also part of that deal. I don't know much about Ledbetter, but the one guy that we did end up sending to Tampa because this was a 3-team trade was Ben Williamson. Out of all the players that we had to give up, Ben Williamson, I've seen so much negativity about Ben Williamson. Why? Oh, because he doesn't hit for power like Geno Suarez, because he doesn't have a great OPS like Geno Suarez. Well, here's the thing. Ben Williamson, in my opinion, was the better player than Geno Suarez. I'm just saying it. But giving up Ben Williamson, he was not necessarily going to get the playing time because you have Colt Emerson and you were going to battle for that third base spot in spring training. And I had a feeling that Colt Emerson could have won that job. Right now, what I'm looking at is Brendan Donovan is going to play every day, and he's going to be at any position. He's going to be at any position that he's needed, mostly third base, but we're going to see what Dan Wilson decides to do with him. Other than that, look, the trade itself, I give the Mariners a nice, solid B+ on this because you definitely did give up some players. I mean, I know a lot of people were really upset with Durangelo St. John. I know a lot of people were very upset with that one. But I do think the Mariners might have won this trade because the St. Louis Cardinals, they're in rebuild mode. Why not give them a handful of prospects?
Something about this trade, I feel like this is the type of trade you make if you're in the Mariners position where you've been in the playoffs, you fell short, and you want to go to the World Series. If any of you are obsessed with the prospects and would rather see the Aqua Sox or Travelers win their league championship, too bad, because Mariners winning World Series matters a lot more.
You know something? Let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's talk about this. Just get off this subject just real quickly. So you talk about the World Series. Think about this, okay? And just play this back in your head real quickly. 1 week ago, we became fans of a Super Bowl championship team in the Seattle Seahawks. And the fact that, and I find this ironic, it was a Seahawks 50th season that they won this championship. The Mariners are coming into this season with their 50th 50th anniversary patch on theirs. So I find it very funny that this is kind of a little bit of a bill. I'm not saying we are going to win the World Series. I am not. I'm for anybody out there who is actually going to quote this. I am not saying that we are going to win the World Series, but the Mariners with this trade have just really secured their chances at running it back, and I do believe that the Mariners can run this thing back and finish the job and get to the World Series. Maybe not win the World Series. We will see. We will see. I have confidence. I do believe that this Mariners team can win the World Series in 2026. I've already gone to the casino, put my bet down for the Mariners. Hey, every year I do it. But no, getting back to this trade, I wanted to bring this up because I asked him and he said I could say it. I cannot say the name, but I do know somebody in the Mariners organization who found something very interesting out when it came to this trade. The St. Louis Cardinals, they were willing to accept this trade, and they said, we want one of two players. We want Jurrangelo St. or Lazaro Montes. My thought process on this, Jerry Dipoto made the right decision. I'm just saying it right now. Hands down, Jerry Dipoto made the right decision because A, Jurrangelo St. is nowhere near Major League ready. He's nowhere near Major League ready. Lazaro Montes is he could. I'm saying he possibly could make his Major League debut this year, but I do say he's going to be making his Major League debut definitely next year. My opinion is you give the Cardinals the lower barrel of the prospects. And Jerry has just done wonders when it comes to trading prospects, because I do believe this. The Mariners have the best farm system in the league, because there's a team, I can't remember, like they wear blue and they got a D on their jersey. Oh yeah, that's right, the Los Angeles Dodgers. In what universe? Name me what damn universe that the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are filled with fake prospects, and before anybody says anything, I call them fake prospects because these guys are not, in my opinion, top prospects in any whatsoever. I'm sorry. The Dodgers don't have a ton of top prospects because all they use those prospects for is trade bait. But I do believe the Mariners have the better farm system than the Dodgers. I think if the Dodgers farm system was to go against the Mariners in a World Series, I do believe that the Mariners prospects would absolutely take that game, that series. But no, getting back onto this, you have got to trade guys to get guys. I am perfectly fine with giving up that package. And again, I wish Jurrangelo St., Ty Pete, Colton Ledbetter, and Ben Williamson the absolute best of luck. And I will say this, Ben Williamson is going to be an absolute stud. Tampa, you guys are going to love this kid.
Also, I feel like one thing that helps with Mariners with making that trade is they're really good at developing pitching, and the fact that they drafted K. Anderson last year, he's close to Major League. He could make his Major League debut sometime in the middle of this year. I feel like that definitely helps making trading St. not feel as bad as it could have in like a year if they did it like a year ago.
Oh yeah, 100%. I do believe that the Mariners have set themselves up perfectly right now with this trade. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up because I saw the tweet, or I saw the post, and I just wanted to go ahead. And so let's go ahead. And look at that. Yep, here we go. Potential lineup for the Seattle Mariners this year. Brendan Donovan, second base, third base. Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, Josh Naylor, Randy Arozarena, Dom Canzone, Rob Refschneider at DH. I'm gonna go out on the limb, and I'm actually gonna say you're gonna definitely make Dom Canzone your potential DH. Luke Raley and Victor Robles in right field. I have no doubts in my mind. That right there. Hold on a second. I want to go ahead and say this. There's no way that Luke Raley's getting a job. I'm sorry. Luke Raley is, in my opinion, he's not going to be playing right field that much. It's going to be Robles playing there. This one right here is the most interesting point right here. Is you have at number 8 Cole Young and Colt Emerson, second base, third base. It is still, in my opinion, Colt Emerson, he's not out of the running for a job. I think him and Cole Young are going to be battling for that second base spot. And the best part about it is Brendan Donovan, if one of those guys needs a day off, hey, you can put Colt Emerson at third base. And of course, J.P. Crawford rounding out at shortstop. I love that lineup whatsoever. And then of course you look at the starting you just look at the starting pitching. I mean, realistically, if you put up between 3 and 5 runs a game, I'm saying this. If you put up 3 to 5 runs a game in 110 games this year, I'm going to say, or actually, let me read it at 100 games. I'll say 100 games. I think if you put up 3 to 5 runs 100 games a year, you're going to win 90% of those games.
I feel like that's something you could save since all these pitchers have been in the rotation, which has been like the last 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of weird because MLB has Logan Gilbert as of course, the opening day starter. I don't think that one bit whatsoever. I do believe that Brian Wu is going to be getting that opening day starting job. I do believe that full-heartedly because I just think Brian Wu is the better pitcher. I actually think Brian Wu is a better pitcher. I really, really, really wish that if we go back to the American League Championship Series, I really wish Brian Wu would have just started game 1. Or not game 1, sorry. Game 3. Game 3. My mistake. Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. I really wish that.
Also wondering how much of an effect his injury could, how many things could have changed if he was fully healthy in the playoffs last year. Coming out of the bullpen, he was okay, but I know Bryce Miller did good, but that rotation fell a little thin at the start of the playoffs with him not on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big thing. And then, of course, Logan Evans going down with a season-ending injury. That one definitely hurt the Mariners' pitching depth a little bit because now, look, all you have left is Emerson Hancock. I think Emerson is better out of the bullpen. I think Emerson is just a little bit better out of the bullpen, to be truthfully honest. I saw what he did coming out of the bullpen, and he looks really good. But, I mean, let's come to spring training right now because interesting couple videos surfaced today with Kate Anderson and Ryan Sloan. I don't think the Mariners pitching depth really got hurt with Logan Evans' injury because you have Kate Anderson who he in my opinion when the Mariners drafted him, he was major league ready. He was major league ready right there. Kate Anderson looks great. Ryan Sloan, the fact that he got Randy Arozarena to look that dumb, he had bragging rights for the whole day.
Or one thing I feel like what we're seeing from there is I hope that they give both Anderson and Sloan opportunities to face MLB hitters in spring training games to see how it goes for them in a low pressure environment, because that's something I definitely want to watch.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I do want to also bring this up. So the Mariners currently, I think they actually have the most players going to the World Baseball Classic, which is unbelievable if you think about it. Cal Raleigh and Gabe Spire, of course, are going to be playing for the United States. You got Julio Rodriguez, who is going to be the only Seattle Mariner representing the Dominican Republic. You have Josh Naylor, who is going to be playing for Team Canada. Andres Munoz and Randy Arozarena are both going to be playing for Team Mexico. How about this? Dom Canzone and Miles Mastrobuoni going to Italy, going to represent the country of Italy. Oh, I love it. I
That
absolutely
team's
love it.
kind of underrated too.
That Italy, no, I'm gonna say it right now. That Italy team is very underrated. I want to put this out right now. Another team that I do believe is actually underrated is the Israel team. None of these teams that go into this World Baseball Classic, don't underestimate a lot of them because they're pretty sneaky good. And of course, uh, Eduard Bazardo will be representing Venezuela, but we also have several minor league pitchers who are going to be representing their countries as well. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Here we go. So we have Michael Arroyo for Colombia. We have Charlie Beal Ensign.
I have
I
no
hope I
idea how to
pronounced
say that.
that correctly. He will be representing Team Israel. We have Pedro de Corta Lamos, and I think I actually pronounced that correctly. He will be representing Team Brazil. Dane Dunning, who the Mariners just recently signed, he's going to be representing Korea. Um, Abdil Mendoza will be representing Panama. Dylan Wilson will be representing the Netherlands. I had a strong feeling if Jurangelo St. was still on this team, he would also be representing the Netherlands as well. I'm actually a little surprised
Or at
that.
FanFest, he said that he wasn't going to focus on being playing with the Mariners. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something along those lines.
Okay, all right, I can respect that.
And
And
then
then
one
here,
thing, if you're seeing the comments with Jack saying something, I agree with the World Baseball Classic is better than the World Cup.
oh, hold on a second. You know what? Look, I'm on the edge on that one. I'm on the edge on that one only because I need, I do want to respond to comments. Okay, I do want to respond to comments. So here's the thing. Look, that last World Cup final, the Argentina and France. I mean, Messi versus, uh, crap. Can't even remember. I can't even remember his Mbappe. Sorry. Wow. How can I not do that? But Messi versus Mbappe, absolutely incredible World Cup. But I will say this as a baseball fan, the World Baseball Classic, I think might actually be close to topping the World Cup. I think so. The last player, by the way, representing the Mariners from the minor league system is Guillermo Zuninga. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, and he will be representing Colombia. So the Mariners have let's see, I think three guys representing Colombia. So I mean that's actually impressive of how the Mariners have so many people representing them via the World Baseball Classic. That is actually impressive if you ask me, nonetheless. But uh getting back to spring training, yeah. You know, Kate Anderson and Ryan Sloan, I think they're going to really turn some heads with the with the World Baseball Classic going on and with the fact that spring training is about to start. But Brian Wu did have an opportunity to pitch for the United States, but he was also focused. It also came out today that he was focused on staying with the Mariners and recovering from that injury.
Feel like that's definitely good that I did that because Team USA feels like they're set for pitchers. And also remember the one, I think it was 2017, where like Mariners had a bunch of starting pitchers go to the World Baseball Classic and they all spent time on the aisle, which hurt the team a lot.
Right. um I just need to bring this up. Drew Smiley.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Drew Smiley going against Felix Hernandez. That was one of the best pitching performances in that World Baseball Classic. But of course, Drew Smiley never pitched one inning for the Mariners, thanks to that World Baseball Classic. Um, as I'm looking up the Mariners' spring training schedule, let's go ahead and look at the spring training schedule. So, 5 days coming up here, and we have the San Diego Padres and the Mariners, of course. And this is going to be I'm already seeing this. Tickets are going fast, but you know, for some reason, I'm just looking forward to that Mariners Dodgers series because I'm just have a weird feeling that we're gonna be seeing those Dodgers in October. and it's going to be in one of the biggest stages ever. But you know, funny thing that I bring up the Dodgers, a lot of people have already picked them to three-peat, of course, as they have spent a ton of money in the offseason, and there have been numerous players to come out and support what the Dodgers have been doing. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it right here now. I actually don't care. I don't care that the Dodgers are spending money to get players. Like you've got baseball fans have got to understand this. The Dodgers from 2010 up until 2020, they went through playoffs, getting so close to the World Series. They couldn't do it with the batch of players that they had. Finally, they started going out and getting players, started spending the money, started uh just putting contract after contract out there. The only thing that I will say this, the only thing that I will say that I don't care that the Dodgers are doing, can we please stop with the affirm contracts? Can we just please
Or
stop with
deferred
the affirm?
contracts.
Seriously, no more deferred contracts. And of course, I saw people saying, "Oh, what do you think Bobby Bonilla would say about that? What do you think Ken Griffey Jr. would say about that?" I think that they would both say they would have liked to have their money right then and there.
I feel like honestly wondering what they'll do about the deferred contract with the Dodgers, like with what they're doing. It's definitely annoying, but they are following the rules, and I'm wondering how MLB will go about that in the future.
And yeah, you're absolutely right. They're not breaking any rules. Like who says you can't go out and get players? I knew right away when Kyle Tucker hit free agency. I was like, he's going to the Dodgers. Now the Blue Jays came close to getting him. They didn't get him because they didn't offer enough money. Um, the I will say this: the one guy that actually went. Well, I wasn't expecting him to go to the Dodgers, by the way, but the one shock signing in the offseason that I was very surprised at, the Mets really didn't want Pete Alonso back. You had to let him go to the Orioles. Ugh, that's embarrassing in my opinion.
Honestly, with the Mets, it's gotta be weird seeing Jorge Polanco playing first base for them.
Oh my gosh, I will say this. I already miss Jorge Polanco, and you know what? I like that you bring up Jorge Polanco. Like, am I upset that he left to go play for more money in New York? No, I'm not actually particularly upset because the Mariners gave him a fair deal. They gave him a 2-year deal, and I think it was $19 million. But when more money gets offered on the table with more years, unfortunately, you're going to take that more money. You're just going to take it. I mean, there's no shame in what Jorge Polanco did. He's doing the best for himself, and he's doing the best for his family. So I don't blame him for that, but I thank him for everything that he did when it came to helping this team win. And of course, last year I thought if I had a Twitter in April, I would have posted Jorge Polanco over Aaron Judge for MVP.
But wasn't he doing all that, only being able to bat left hand and DH too?
Yeah, right.
Kind of insane that he was that good.
All right, so we do have a guest coming on here in a little bit. We have the Dump It Here guy coming on here to finish this show. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to talking with him. He's not going to be talking baseball with us. He's just going to be talking about uh, how the Dump It Here became, what he does outside of baseball, and just like how much he really loves this team. But before we get into that though, I do want to go over the Mariners spring training roster, and I do have them here if I can find it. Here we go. So I gotta go. So Mariners Access, by the way, huge shout out to you. If you guys don't follow Mariners Access, go head over to Instagram Mariners Access. I absolutely. Uh, okay, so he doesn't have the. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the account that actually has the. Oh, it's Mariners Wired, I believe. It's Mariners Wired, I believe. Nope, it was not Mariners Wired. Okay, I thought somebody had it, but anyway. Let me just go ahead and look up the Mariners spring training roster. Alrighty. So, before we, of course, get into what we wanted to talk about with the Dump It Here guy, I just want to go into this with the Mariners spring training roster. As I'm looking down this roster right now, of course, Logan Evans, he's gone. He's done for the year. He's not coming back. I wanted to kind of put out a. Okay, that's not the. Wow, I'm just like, here we go. The non-rosters, the non-roster invitees. This is the one that I was. This is the one that I wanted to talk about. Um, there are several dark horses on the non-roster invitees. One of which being Kate Anderson. I do believe Kate Anderson has got a chance. If you ask me, Kate Anderson has got one of the best chances to make not the opening day roster, by the way, not the opening day roster. That is not where I was going. Kate Anderson has a chance to make the major league roster. And I think Kate Anderson, if he has a good enough spring, you start him for a few games in Double A, and you bring him up to Tacoma, and you keep him in Tacoma to really kind of solidify your pitching staff depth. Because
Or, or one
go
thing to
ahead.
remember, I feel like it would be Everett and then Arkansas because Mariners have had a history with their top pitching prospects having them skip AAA because the PCL is
One of the most hitter friendly leagues
so
ever.
many high elevation ballparks there that'll just destroy their confidence, and then it won't end up meaning much if they get when they come to Seattle.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Um, One of the other non-roster invitees, of course, is Colt Emerson. That is the biggest, in my opinion. I think that's the biggest dark horse in this non-roster invitees because Colt Emerson has a chance to make the opening. Excuse me, the opening day roster. He has, I think, out of all of the non-roster invitees, the best chance to make the opening day roster, and I think the Mariners are going to give him that chance. And look, I do believe in Cole Young, but when you have a guy like Colt Emerson who can come into spring training and quite possibly have that 2022 type of Julio Rodriguez type of spring training where the Mariners have no choice but to put you on the opening day roster, that's exactly what Colt Emerson has. He has that opportunity.
So I'm wondering how much do you think the draft pick incentive is making an impact on their decision?
That's actually really great question. The the draft is always important, and that is definitely gonna balance out their decision making. Um,
Like the last time the Mariners got Johnny Formella because with their expert pick as Julio won Rookie of the Year, which I feel like it's great that they're doing that to encourage teams not manipulate players' service times.
See, that's one of the best things. I think that's one of the best things that Rob Manfred has done and baseball has done is making sure that these teams don't manipulate players like that because I feel like that might have also been a big reason of why Jared Kelnick turned out the way he did. Uh, but before we got Jameson here in the studio, he's waiting to come on. We before we get on to him, one more guy I do want to talk about before we get on to the Dump It Here guy. Another two guys right now that is on the non-roster invitees. Johnny Vermello, you just mentioned him, and Lazaro Montez. Now, if we remember last year, Lazaro Montez, wow, did he go nuts in spring training? He went nuts. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing the Mariners version of Yordan Alvarez play spring training this year, and he's gonna get his opportunities.
Like
He will get his opportunities early.
he's gonna take a lot of advantage of Mary's having how many is it? At least three outfielders gone for the WBC.
I definitely, yeah, three outfielders gone for the WBC. You have Canzone, Rosarena, and Julian.
Like he might start in right field against MLB teams, which is gonna be cool.
Oh, hands down. And Varmelo is an absolute stud. Montez is an absolute stud. And like I said, Montez could make his major league debut this year. If not, he is going to make his major league debut next year. With all that being said, let's go ahead and bring on our special guest for the evening. We have Jameson, who is wildly known for his "Dump It Here" shirt. Jameson, you actually got to turn the camera a little bit. We got your.
What are we?
There we go. There we
Sideways?
go.
All right.
So Jameson, thanks so much for joining us, man.
Hey, nice to see you.
Oh, absolutely, man. So, okay, there you go, and it's right there in the back. It is right there in the back. One of those. That is the 61. That is the one that you had, I believe, when you caught that baseball in Detroit.
Well, it's a copy of it because the Mariners wanted to keep the original. They wanted to put it in their archives up there. So.
Oh wow, that is one of the coolest things ever. Okay,
Is the archive like a place we could visit?
Oh, I was gonna say.
I don't know yet where they're gonna put it. They said, they might put it in their little Hall of Fame in the stadium, or maybe it'll end up in Cooperstown if it doesn't one day.
If it doesn't end up in Cooperstown, something's wrong. Something's very, very wrong. That I think that sweatshirt just absolutely deserves it into the Hall of Fame. If the Ichi Meteor lady can get there with her sign with Ichiro, then your Dump It Here sweatshirt belongs in the Hall of Fame. That was one of the first things I wanted to talk to you about, man. Like, how did this happen? How did Dump It Here sweatshirts all of a sudden become a thing with you? And the fact that you were in Detroit and you have you still have the baseball, right?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I got it right here.
You have the historic 61st home run. And yes, we all know, oh yeah, and people are going to say, oh, but it was in the postseason. Doesn't matter. It's still the 61st home run. I mean, tell us, like, how did Dump It Here become a thing? And I want to know where you got all those sweatshirts from, man.
Well, it just was on a whim, That was my first one that I made. The end of the regular season, he had 60 home runs, and I'm like, well, I got to get up to Seattle and try to catch his 61st before the season's over. So I bought a ticket to the very last game against the Dodgers and made that shirt up the night before. I had to find out how many home runs he was going to have before I got up there for that last game. And so he stayed at 60 home runs. I made up Dump 61 Here. I told my friend, I got to come up with something catchy. Maybe the TV will put me up there, sit in the front row in the outfield. He didn't hit the home run in Seattle, so I went to Detroit, tried it again. And I didn't get the seat I was looking for, but I was behind the bullpen, thought he probably won't hit it there. And I got a miracle.
You were in the right place at the right time, and my first immediate thought when that ball was hit, and I'm just like, please don't let Zach Hampel be there. Don't let Zach Hampel be there. But lo and behold, guess what? We did see Zach Hampel there. We had the Mariners version of Zach Hampel. You were in the right time at the right place. You were in the right place at the right time. You have home run number 61. And so these sweatshirts, man, where'd you get them made, by the way?
I actually made them myself. I got a little Cricut machine that cuts out the vinyl. You iron it on.
This guy is talented.
So I had two of them made up for that game in case he hit one, and I was ready for the second one. And it just was a miracle. My friends were rolling their eyes when I told them I was gonna make this shirt and wear it at the game. They're like, yeah, sure. If you catch the 61st, you'll definitely be on TV and it'll be fun. And I never thought it would actually happen, but here we are.
Well, I
I
mean,
see.
not only were not. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
I see. You almost got another one in Seattle. You're close to, like you're close to one of the home runs.
Oh yeah, Gino's grand slam hit my hand. I was
Oh,
I was right there in the second row, and I just came back from left field because I was trying to find the guy that caught Cal Raleigh's home run, so I could give him my shirt. I think it was for number 64, and I ran over there to try to find the guy, and apparently he dropped it back onto the field, so wasn't
oh,
wasn't able to give the shirt to anybody. But I, and then anytime I'm at during that time in the playoffs, I'm moving across the field. Hundreds of people are stopping me to get photos with me and stuff because they just, it was still fresh in their mind the whole moment. And so I make my way back over to the seat, and right when I sit down, Gino hits his grand slam, and it
oh.
hits me in the hand. I wasn't ready. I didn't have my glove on yet. Wasn't expecting anything like that. So like five guys have their hands up there and knock it out of my hand, but it would have been crazy if I caught that grand slam.
That would have been absolutely nuts. I mean, it's
Yeah.
so here's a good question for you, Jamie. I mean, what do you do for work, man? Because like you've been able to travel to Detroit, you traveled to Seattle. Were you in Toronto for one of the games?
I didn't make it to Toronto, and no, I don't have a lot of money. I work two jobs, 60 hours a week. I just got off work right before jumping on the air with you guys. So I work in a casino in Las Vegas. I've been in Vegas for 25 years. I grew up in the Seattle area, and I work at two different casinos, but I'm full time at the Fountain Blue Casino as a
Oh, I've been there
supervisor,
before. I
table
love it.
games. It's a nice hotel. Yeah, it's beautiful. I can't say enough about how great that place is. And anyway, I work a lot, but I save my money. I'm a single guy, so I try to make it to as many games as I can on the road or in Seattle. And I made it to Detroit for that second shot to get number 61, and crazy. So I got a little, the Go Wild Pass with Frontier Airlines. Basically,
Oh,
if you buy the ticket the day before you fly, it's basically a free ticket that you just pay for the taxes, and
you
that's
know
what
what? That
happened.
kind of that kind of reminds me. So you've flown a couple times, so you've seen the ramp agents down there putting your bags underneath the plane and everything. I used to work at SeaTac Airport
Yeah,
with McGee Air Service, so I basically did exactly what you did. Basically flown standby, just pay the taxes and everything. But
right.
that's amazing, man. Like
Yeah, it was crazy.
next time I am in Vegas, I'm coming to the Blue Fountain. Okay, I'm coming to the Blue
Yeah,
Fountain
yeah.
just to say hello to you. One of my favorite hotels. One of my favorite hotels in Vegas is actually the Luxor, but I don't stay
Okay,
there. I don't stay
right.
there. I only went there the last time in because they have one of the coolest exhibits in the entire city, the Titanic exhibit that has the
Oh yeah.
the the big I think 12-ton piece of Titanic in there. So
Wow.
that's but no, next time in Vegas, it's the Blue Fountain for me. It is the Blue Fountain
Yeah.
for me.
Well, they
So
call it Fountain Blue, but yeah, you're
or
close.
Fountain Blue, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, no
first of
problem.
all, I see you got your Mariners hat and your Seahawks shirt on. So
Oh
I
yeah.
mentioned this to Joe, man. Since it's been a week, how does it feel being a week old Super Bowl champion
Oh,
fan?
wow. So good. I flew up. I was supposed to work on Sunday. I had to call in sick. I flew up to Seattle on that little Frontier pass for $15, and went to a watch party at across the street from Lumen Field. Watched the game. Flew back right after the game. Still got a high off of that. It's so great, and the fans are so fun up there.
Oh yeah, I got to show you this. So this actually came in just a couple days ago. I wanted it. It's been I want to say about 6 years since I bought a Seahawks jersey. I finally gave in. Finally bought my Jackson
Oh,
Smith and Jigba
nice.
Nice.
Super Bowl patch, and
With
I
the
wanted to go
Super
ahead and
Bowl.
say this. Now, a lot of people do give Fanatics a bunch of crap because of a lot of their products, but I do have to say this. They did a really good job with this jersey. The patch is actually a really good metallic plastic, so I was really
Nice.
happy about that. Um, but Jameson, I mean, like this is one of the most coolest stories I think in baseball this year is, MLB gets to show you on live television wearing a Dump It Here shirt. You get the 61st baseball, and now your sweatshirt is possibly either going to be hanging at T-Mobile Park in the Mariners Hall of Fame for the rest of, for forever, or it is going to Cooperstown. And so I'm just very curious. I mean, what's going through your mind thinking that, a sweatshirt that you just made out of, pure joy of this game and pure love for this team, it's possibly going to be immortalized, not just possibly with the Mariners organization, but in Cooperstown. I mean, that is huge.
It's just amazing, and it's been since October, and I'm still in disbelief of what happened. And I've seen Cal Raleigh a couple times since that, like at the MLB Awards in Las Vegas. He saw me and his girlfriend. They came over and took a picture with us, me and my friends, and then I saw him at the Fan Fest, and he pointed me out when he was talking the dugout dialogue. It's just he's such a great guy, and I can't think of a better guy to be connected with when it comes to the history of baseball. Like, just what an amazing thing. It's just been great. And
I
the,
would,
and
Oh
the
yeah.
and the Mariners fans are just amazing too. Like everybody I meet, even the Mariner Moose ran up to me in FanFest and came and found me and took his picture with me. Like it's just
Okay,
so
Jameson,
good.
dude. I mean, that's Hollywood right there. When the Mariner Moose comes up to you just to take a photo, that's
Yeah,
Hollywood right
yeah,
there.
yeah. I was in line to get my picture with the moose and with the salmon, uh, what's his name, Humpy, and then they went on a little bathroom break. But he saw me as he was leaving, and he's like pointed me out. He's like, "Wait, he's got to get his picture with me." So he stood. Yeah, it was great. And Justin Hollander and his little kid came by and saw me and asked me a few questions because they remembered me from Detroit when I went down to meet Cal. It's just everybody's so good. The Mariners fans are so cool, and it's just joy everywhere when I'm around it. I'm going to try to make it to as many Mariners games as I can, obviously, but it's just fun times.
also, nice to try how everything go down after you caught the home run. Must have been a lot of things.
Oh, it's wild! Like so many things going through my head. Like my friends, I'm thinking I got to tell my friends they're not going to believe this. They all doubted me, and were probably rolling their eyes when I was making the shirt up and came up with that idea. And one of my friends sent me a text before the game because there was a long rain delay, and I guess I was on TV with that shirt before the game started. And he told me, "Hey, you were just on Fox with your shirt." And I said, "Oh, that's cool." And he sent me a picture of the screenshot of the TV with me on it. And this is, hours before I actually got the home run. And it's just wild. So I was thinking I got to text all my friends, and I'm thinking, oh wait, I got number 62 underneath of my shirt. I got to take this shirt off, and maybe the cameras are on me. And so then, apparently, people watching watch parties back in Seattle and all over the country that saw me take the shirt off and reveal number 62, they just lost their minds when they saw that. And even the announcers on Fox, they were like blown away.
They
And
were. I still remember that. So I don't want to keep you on here too much longer, but so here's a really cool
yeah,
question for you. So, home run number 61, Mariners win that game. Of course, they absolutely demolished the Tigers, and that was so
right.
much fun. So, home run number 61. I mean, how going down to actually meet Cal Raleigh. I mean, that must have been just an absolutely incredible moment for you. And
Oh,
so, I mean, take us through like, who did someone actually come up to you and say, "Hey, the Mariners want you to come down and meet Cal Raleigh"?
yeah, right after I caught the ball, someone from um, MLB.com or something came up and interviewed me during the bottom of the ninth inning. And then as soon as they walked away, a couple guys from the Mariners said, "Hey, do you want to go meet Cal? We told him about what happened, and he wants to come meet you." So they whisked me away and take me down underneath the stadium, and I meet Justin Hollander, and then swarmed by media, all sides, Seattle media, Detroit media, national media, and they're asking me questions, and I'm kind of an introvert. I'm not ready for all that, but it was overwhelming, but so fun. And then Cal comes out, and he goes back in the locker room to get me a bat, to sign me a bat. I asked him if he wants the ball, and he said, "No, you keep it." And then he gets another ball and signs that for me. It was just amazing. He's such a nice guy. I can't say enough about what a cool, mellow, easygoing, nice guy he is. He's not a showboat or anything. You guys know that, but just it was a dream, and I still feel like I haven't woken up from it. Like what a moment. Like, can you ask for anything more as a fan? Just so
I
cool.
mean, that's unreal. Joe, do you have anything for Jameson before he gets off of here?
Thanks for coming on, but I feel like one thing I might want to do this year, I hope much of fans do that they're on Breaking Two now, is buy these dump, or it might take a minute to focus. We're let's ever focus. It's the dump 60 dump home run here Breaking t-shirts. I'll see if turning down my brightness does it.
I was gonna say, there we go.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I might have to get
breaking
them myself.
Breaking T came to me with that idea, and they said they have contracts with MLB Players Association, and they sell at Dick's Sporting Goods and online. So that's pretty cool. They said they were gonna, give me a little bit for each shirt that they sell. So it's pretty cool stuff.
There you go. All right, Jameson. Last thing before you get out of here, man. What's your prediction for the Mariners this year, man? I mean, because I'm gonna say we're gonna go 4 more wins above than what we did this past year. It's 94 wins, and this lineup that we have here, in my opinion, we're gonna finish the job this time. First American League pennant.
I definitely can't argue with that. Even my friends at work that are not Mariners fans and they're Dodgers fans, or they think that they got to be afraid of the Mariners this year. So I'm right there with you. And if Cal can get 40 again, or even near what he got last year, Julio has a good first half this year. Naylor's going to do great. I can see us going all the way, just like you.
When you have Dodger fans even saying that they're scared of us, like that's a great thing. Jameson,
Right.
hey, thanks so much for coming on, man. We really appreciated you being the first guest of this podcast, man. Anytime you want to come on here, talk a little bit with us, talk some baseball if you want, let us know. You got my contact info over on Instagram, my man.
All right. And I should be down spring training maybe Monday. If you guys are down there, come say hi.
I wish.
I wish I was going, man, but I tell you one thing, I will be at opening day. So you make sure to get down here for opening day, man, because it's going to be,
I'll definitely be there. Yeah.
excellent. All right.
You'll
I will
see
see
me.
you here on opening day, man. I mean, we get to drop that 2025 American League West champion banner. So that's going to feel good. But Jameson,
Amazing.
hey, thanks so much for joining us, man. You have a wonderful evening, dude.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot. Bye.
Thanks. All right, there we go. That is Jameson, the dump it here guy. I mean, what a guy! Like, am I the only one who thinks that man is just as humble as Cal himself?
He's like a normal guy who just has one big moment, and now look at where he is now.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, those are the fan moments that I love, that I live for. That's why I think baseball is the greatest game ever. We are about to get out of here and close it out. So, I will go ahead and tell you guys this. So, because it is spring training, we're not really going to come back here every week. I do promise you this, though. We will come back every week once the season starts. We will be back here every 2 weeks. I do promise you guys that. I wasn't feeling like myself tonight, but you know what? Joe and Jameson, they actually helped me get me out of my funk. So, shout out to you. Shout out to Jameson. Also, please do wish me an early happy 36th because tomorrow is my birthday. So, I mean, that I just feel old. I just feel old, man. I just feel so old. But that is going to do it for this episode of Teal Sleeves Podcast. Thanks so much for joining us. Head over to the YouTube account. Please do subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell icon. That way you get notified when we go live for podcasts like this. All right, Joe. You have a good night, brother.
Me too. See you next time.
Yes, sir. And with that, we will close this podcast out with our intro.
Yeah, hey, been a minute, holla my oh my. Hungry as we wait, take it to the plate. Pimp it like Gino, make them see though. JP in the clutch, yeah, that oughta make them hush, baby. Hey, you looking at the grid, see us rise, never hesitate when it's formulate. Pieces come together, now we egg drought buster. Hit him with the big dumper, his back to jumper. On to the next chapter, stage of wonders. Circle up and dance, taking every chance. Leave it on the diamond, we keep throwing heat. See the pin, too unique.